Hello guys and welcome to this video where I will teach you how to unlock Pack-a-Punch in the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 map, Shadows of Evil. It's actually the map that follows with the game, and even though this game is pretty old by now, I think it could be a good idea to kind of just teach players exactly how to unlock Pack-a-Punch, because there are always going to be new players to Zombies, and some people still prefer to go back to the older games, some people prefer the newer games. That doesn't matter here, I'm just here to show you exactly how to unlock Pack-a-Punch. But first off, let me just go ahead and show you guys the first step to unlock Pack-a-Punch. Alright, so the first step in actually unlocking the Pack-a-Punch machine is getting the summoning key, which is a round circular ball located in this box here. And in a little bit, I'll show you what happens when you go into beast mode and hit the box. Alright, here I am going into beast mode, and if I am correct in assuming that I myself will go into beast mode, there you see the summoning key, and then I go over here to collect the actual first item, which you get by zapping the little panel over there, and then this box is going to go over here and drop down. And inside it, you'll see the first item, which is like a quill or something like that. But the most important thing is going over here, picking up the summoning key, then going over here, picking up the quill, and when you've done those two steps, you are one item closer to getting the Pack-a-Punch machine. Now, one important thing to note is that you don't just need the items to access Pack-a-Punch. You need to do something called rituals in this zombie game, where you go up here, you place the items on the altar, and when you have placed the items on the altar, you then can begin the ritual. Now, each item has their own altar. In this one specifically, we have the quill, which is supposed to be placed here. When it comes to the items themselves, they have to have some sort of connection to the place, which is why the quill is here, because it was this guy's quill, I guess. And he has an assist and he's going to sacrifice. So all the people you sacrifice based on the characters you play as. You don't need to know more than that. Like, it's not important for the actual Pack-a-Punch Easter egg thing when you unlock Pack-a-Punch. It's just important to note that if you're interested in the story at all and why you have to do this, just know that it's connected to each character and that you sacrifice a person close to the character in this specific location. But anyway, next up we have the actual ritual. So I'll just be right back when we are doing that. Here you see the ritual beginning. Now, the one I played with Hero is currently doing the ritual. Now, she's going to fail the first time, but as you can see, it's just a dude here who you're sacrificing pretty much. And then you just have to run away from all these thingies. You can also kill them if you want to. But the best strategy is to just run away, because they can only spawn a certain amount at a time during a ritual. So just run away until it's over. You also get points for this. But again, you need to pick up the summoning key and then place it on the table with the item in order to actually get it. Now, she did go down, but later on you'll see that she does it again. And when that happens, she's gonna complete it. So again, she runs away from the I forgot what they're called, but I think they're called the keepers, the ones that try to prevent you from actually sacrificing people. So again, we just kind of let the hero run around. It needs to be noted that this is actually easier with less players. You also saw that there was a worm there. The worm itself is what you need to open up the Pack-a-Punch machine. And you get a worm from the summoning altar. But before you can get the worm, again, you need the item. You need the summoning key. You need to figure out what the actual altars are. And once you figured everything like that out, all that stuff out, then you can access Pack-a-Punch. Down below, but I'll show you that later. But for now, that is the first ritual place. You pretty much just repeat that step for every single area with every single item, and I'll just show you every single item in every single area and where to get them and so on and so forth. Now, we are currently in the waterfront district. No, the junction, sorry. We're in the canal district, my bad. Still need to remember the maps. You can see I just went into, well, Hero went into beast mode. Now, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go up here. Activate the perk machine, go and open the door, and then go down here. I think she doesn't do this, but you have to go down here and smash this box. Once you've smashed the box, you can see that the next item is hidden in there, which is the police badge, which is connected to the cop character you can play as in Shadows of Evil. Now, what she didn't do is actually go in here in beast mode and look in the in this area and sap something in here, you need to do that in order to open up the actual thing here that's in the way of the item. You can't actually pick it up until you go over here and sap the thingy behind here, and you have to do that in beast mode. Now, once that is done, again, you can see your progress when you go into the actual scoreboard. You can see down below that Hero's character has a worm and that we have the summoning key. So if you're ever confused about the steps, you can always go down there and just kind of see where are we now, and does anyone else have the items without knowing it. So that's a very useful thing to keep an eye out for. But yeah, the next summoning altar is actually in there. In the Bodice, or whatever it's called. The Ruby Rabbit. There we go. That's another place, other area. But yeah, in there we have the next summoning altar. So I'll show you that in a little bit. Alright, now in order to actually find the summoning altar after accessing this area, you just go ahead right up into this area here. Actually, you need to use the beast mode to get up here. Then you go in here, and then you just jump downstairs all the way down here, and then you can unlock the area by sapping this panel right here. This is the common thing for all of these areas. They're sort of locked off, and you need to use beast mode in order to actually unlock them. But anyway, once you actually have unlocked this, you just go into your human form and go all the way up here, and then you see the summoning altar right here. And again, you just repeat the step I showed you the first time around, and then I'll just keep showing you the other summoning altars. But yeah, this is the second summoning altar you can do. Again, you don't have to do it in this specific order. You can actually do all the summoning altars like different rounds, 10 rounds apart, different locations in any order you want. It does not have to be in the order we do it. But you can see Hero doing it again. Now, I'm not going to show you the outcome because you know what it is. A worm is going to pop up. And when the worm pops up, one of the players has to collect it. I don't remember if one player can collect everything, but I think Hero collected all the things in this case. But I think if you're 4 players, one person can't collect all of them. I could be wrong about that. You can try it out if you want with your friends. But yeah, you can do whatever you want to do. Just know that you might not be able to pick up all the worms unless you're playing solo completely or 2-player. That's the next one, and another worm pops up. So I'll meet you guys in the next location where I can find the next item. Alright, next up we got the waterfront district. Here, me and Hero, I'm just trying to explain to Hero how to get the box up here. But yeah, the box is up here, and you need to use beast mode. Look up here and access this, and then beat it down. Once you're in beast mode. Now, it is important to note, I forgot to tell you this earlier, but when you do the rituals, and you finish them, and you get the worms, you will spawn Marquas. Now, if you do it solo, you'll only spawn 1 Marqua, like at 4, all the 4 worms. When all 4 worms are done, you have a chance of spawning 2 Marquas. Well, you will spawn 2 Marquas. But if you play solo, you'll only spawn 1 every 2 rituals you do. So when you've done 2 rituals, a Marqua will spawn. When you've done 2 rituals, a Marqua will spawn. But if you play multiplayer with multiple people, or co-op with multiple people, you will then manage to spawn 2 Marquas at the last one. So keep that in mind. I don't know if that's only 4-player again. Like, I don't play enough like 4-player or 3-player even to actually know that, because I usually just play by myself or with Hero. But do keep that in mind. So be prepared to fight a Marqua. But usually this is a very early round, so you don't need to worry too much about the Marqua. The handgun can easily kill the Marqua if you just aim right. Like the first handgun you start with. Me and Hero are currently doing this at round, I think it's round 3. So like if you're in those rounds and you're doing the Pack-a-Punch, you should be good. You have nothing to worry about. Now that's only because we shot the zombie in the leg and then knifed him afterwards. So keep that in mind. But I'll join you guys once we get to the next actual summoning place. Actually, when we beat this down, I'll show you. Here we go. Now I'm going up there and I'm beating down the box. And you can see that in the box we have a belt. A champion belt. Connected to the boxing character. Who I don't know if we have. Is that my character? No. We have the cop and the magician, which we already did. But afterwards we have to make our way down here and actually hit this in beast mode, and that opens up the boxing stage. And you can briefly see that in the boxing stage itself, you can see the next ritual altar. And you just repeat the process like you did with all the ones. Just run around, try to avoid them or kill them if that's what you want to do. But make sure to stay alive. That's the most important part. And then you have 3 worms. Now, I'm not going to show you this because you know the thingy at this point, so I'll just show you where the other location is with the other item, and then we should be good. Anyway, here I'm going into beast mode, and I'm going to go ahead and drop the box down, and then I'm going to follow myself, because I'm going to go ahead and run all the way over here, where I will then open up the next area, because I'm going to try to get up here. I'm going to actually go up here, and then I'm going to shoot this panel right here. And then that's what you need to do to actually open up the next area. Then this one is going to be open. Now, the item itself is going to be... let me see if I can't really just quickly do this, because this is actually a video. Or a video of our match, because I don't feel like going through everything like live. So, anyway, when it comes to getting the item itself is... where we picked it up. Well, give me a second. But yeah, here we have the actual item. It is a hair stand, I guess it's called. I don't actually know, but it's like a wig on a like a thingy. And we pick them up, more keepers will spawn. Again, this keepers just spawn out here whenever you pick stuff up, like 2 of them. So it's not a big deal when they spawn. Plus extra points, I guess. Anyway, we then bring the item into here where the last summoning altar is at. The 4th one. Now again, it doesn't matter what like order you do these in. As long as you do them all, you should be okay. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and do this altar, and then I will show you what to do next in order to actually unlock Pack-a-Punch. Because now we have all the items, you have all the ingredients. But I need to show you guys what Pack-a-Punch is, and exactly what happens, and what you have to do in order to actually unlock Pack-a-Punch. So see you guys in a bit once me and Hero have both gotten the actual altar. Alright, so once you have actually collected all the items, you then need to go to one of these stores. There's one in every single district. You need to open up the portal, and once you get in there, you're gonna get teleported like this into the area. And if you haven't been there before, these keepers are gonna spawn. Don't worry, just kill them all. And once you've killed them all, the wall behind me there. Actually, I'm gonna show you right before what was there, because it didn't actually show up. But here you can see that according to... I can't move over here for some reason, but you guys can see that over there we have 4 symbols, and then we have like a thing in the middle. Now, once you collect all 4 worms, and you've done all 4 rituals, that wall over there will disappear when you go close to it. You will see the other thingies shine up in a little bit. And once that happens, the wall will actually light up. And then once you go in here, that's just a mark where you heard spawn. But once we actually go down here and the keeper spawn and we go to the wall, it disappears. As if it was like an illusion. You just arrive in a little bit. Here we go. And here we go. I went to the wall and that happened. Let me just go into my person. And then Hero starts the ritual. Oh, I start the ritual. One of us starts the ritual anyway. And then we just kind of run around like the other rituals. Here with them. This is pretty much the main ritual. So yeah, we just kind of run around. I can't really do much considering that for some reason I freeze here in free mode camera. But yeah, we put the worms in. There we go. And you can actually start the ritual before I put the worms in. The actual like small little thingies, you can put them in there. But you can see just all 4 worms need to go into those areas, and they're all in their different respective little spots, I guess you can say. So the last one is over there, and the person who has the worm, I think, is the one who has to actually place it. Again, once you place them, you get like an X on the area where the worm is supposed to be, and that lets you know that now you've used the worm and placed it correctly. Now, this ritual is not any more difficult than any other rituals. You see, Hero already started the ritual. I'm just going to show you guys her perspective. Here we go. Here you can see Hero actually doing the ritual. It's just like the other ones. Just this time you're in here and you can see the summoning key there. And after you've done the ritual, you will see the Shadow Man, I think he's called. And he pops up and he looks like an alien. Then he betrays you pretty much, and then a big squid appears over the city, and you get this red tint on the whole map. And there you go, Pack-a-Punch is that portal right over here. And then you just go over there and you Pack-a-Punch. Simple and easy, like that. Now these are a few confusing steps to get Pack-a-Punch. Especially compared to the past, where you had the Reese and other maps where you could just find it. So I hope this guide helped you guys and hopefully didn't confuse you more, because this is the first time I'm doing something like this, trying to show exactly what to do. Now again, do keep in mind that a Marqua will spawn once you Pack-a-Punch. But anyway, that's all for this video. I showed you guys how to pack a punch, and I hope you got something out of it. If you did, consider liking and subscribing for more of this stuff, I guess. And tell me what kind of stuff you want to see, like what maps or any maps, or if you just want to see more of this kind of stuff. Now, I don't have access to some maps, but I could buy it if that's really something you guys really wanted. But again, if you want to see other stuff, other Easter eggs in this map, or other things you'd like to see, like the actual main Easter egg, do let me know. Because I could show. But besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Hope to see you in another one of my videos. And as always, stay awesome.